Hello everyone, this is Jared again, and it's live chess time again. 10-minute game on chess.com. Let's go. So, what's my rating? 1358, quite good. I guess a 1249. What are we going to have? Maybe he's not going to play. He's just joined the chat. He needs to make a move quickly. The game might have bought. Okay, aborted by the server. So here we go again. 12-17. He's offered a rematch, but I'm already playing a game. So, okay, new game. Let's try again. Third time's a charm. White. It's a 1309. Here we go. Sicilian defense. We're going to get an open Sicilian d6. No. I got to look up this line. I think knight c6. I don't know what to play against it. I think just d4 is probably the sensible move. Is he really going to capture? Surely not. Okay. He's preparing bishop g7. Knight c3 seems reasonable. Maybe bishop e3. Bishop e3 now. Put more support on d4. Put this as a pre-move in case he captures. I'm sure he won't though. Okay, so preparing d5 possibly? Attack the center? Maybe. Well, if I play bishop b5, then d5 is pretty much prevented for the moment. Yep, that makes sense to me. So he really wants to play it, and I'll just move back to b3. So now I'm actually on d5 with my bishop, so that has helped. I still don't think d5 is possible. Bishop a5, knight a5, I've been seeing that move quite a lot lately. I don't like it. I don't think it's very good at all. It's going to help me develop, if absolutely nothing else. It'll help me develop. It's just castle. So now my rook has the open A file, which is quite nice. Maybe he's not at all playing d5. I can pin that. No point really. Pinning it. Let's see what other moves. There's queen f3. With the idea of what? Not sure what the idea is. I've got open A file pressure. Can I exploit that in some way? Use my open A file. Queen a3 actually, queen to f3 actually gets the rooks connected, so that it seems a bit logical. Seems like a reasonable looking move. Although I need to be careful of my knight on d4. That bishop is loose, but he's also got pressure on e4. I was planning on playing what, e5 or something, but now that plan's gone. So now what? What? D1. Just over protecting d4. Yeah, he's got. Actually, I've got to be careful of my e4 pawn. Maybe I'll retreat my queen to play f3. My e4 pawn is weak, so I need to probably support that. And also got the option of queen to d3 now, because of that queen move. So maybe my play wasn't quite... maybe queen f3 wasn't a technically correct move. Maybe I should have played queen e2, or even queen to d3. Just to add more support to my e4 pawn, and also more support to my d4 knight, which is a bit under pressure. Actually, e5 is now an option for black. So, if e5, what do? I suppose all I can do is move the knight to f3. Take that, he takes with the bishop. He wants to remove my powerful knight on d4, I think. I'm going to have none of it, I think. I'm going to have none of it. If he takes, I'll take with the bishop. So I've supported my center. I like my position at the moment. I've got open A file pressure, which is quite nice. I've got semi-open D file pressure. And where is this bishop going? I can just kick that back with f4, but that could be potentially weakening. I think I've almost got this tactic of rook takes h... oh no, rook takes a6 doesn't work because rook takes. I was thinking if the bishop takes, I take the knight and he can't recapture because he loses his queen. That would have been interesting. Maybe, maybe not. So now, what is a good plan? I still don't believe I should capture... Maybe just focusing on the D file now. Just leave the A file for the time being. I could maybe come back to it and use it later. But this D file looks kind of attractive. Just notice he's got all his pawns on light colors. So it means my dark bishop is really, really good. So I will want to keep this bishop, and this bishop is really bad. So if I can encourage him to capture with his bishop on d4, or just take, or even if I can sacrifice my bishop to get this bishop, then that would be quite good for me. Then this is a cheap little mate threat, which is, well, it's not quite mate, but it's quite easily parried, surely. Just simply, is g3 reasonable? Probably not g3, maybe h3. But if g3, if h3 queen g3, and my king might be in trouble. If g3 queen h3, queen h3 I don't see as being very dangerous. Alright, so I'll play g3. If queen h3, I'm not particularly worried. I can simply play queen g2 to try and get the queens off, and then my king's in a better position. Okay, so I'm down on time, but I'm about 60 seconds down. Oh, is this really sound? I don't think so. Surely it's not. I've just got queen to g2. I'm pretty sure this is a bluff. I don't see the danger here. Maybe I can refocus my attack over on the H file if he captures. Maybe rook takes. Not king takes. The D file, it's useful, but I've got open H file now. So semi-open H file pressure. So I don't understand. Now I'm actually thinking of changing my mind, going back to the D file. Take that knight. Bishop takes rook A, rook A to D1. I have pressure on that file. It'd be quite interesting. Or what about even queen g5? What does queen g5 do? Does it do anything? Yeah, queen g5, I can swing my rook around. Or what about just simply taking here first? And then maybe rook a to d1, and I've got pressure. Even bishop bishop d4. Okay, rook a d1 looks logical. Bishop d4 looks like a good move. Just getting on that long diagonal, and then I could play maybe queen g5. Queen g5 looks quite good after bishop d4. If I can get that. So that forces his queen off of the diagonal. So here I'm putting pressure on d7. It's not really a big issue for black at the moment, I think. But his dark squares are just so weak that bishop d4 looks really good, except I need to deal with my knight being attacked now. And okay, in fact, if he takes this pawn with his queen, isn't that just terrible? Because of bishop d4, his queen can't really get back into the action. Surely he won't take this pawn on b2. Because of bishop d4, and then his queen, the only spot his queen's got is a2, and then it's got to go back to a5. Okay, so he's going for it. So it has to go to a2, then a5 to finally get back into the action. And I'm going to play queen g5, preventing his queen from coming to a5, so this looks quite good. His only move is queen a2. And actually I've got rook a1, that's even better, that just wins the queen. But do I want to win the queen or do I want to win the king? I want to win the king, but I'm not sure this attack. So rook a1 wins the queen, and that's quite good. But queen g5, I'm tossing up between queen g5 and rook a1. Queen g5, queen g5, he's even got f6, bishop takes, and then his king's actually not in that much danger, so I think I'll go for rook a1. Rook a1. So he will take the rook, I'll recapture with the bishop. So this is pretty good. So I've won his queen for the rook. I wouldn't be surprised if the game is over right now. If he decides it's not worth playing on. So I've won his queen. My bishop is really, really good on this diagonal. I can now... that's the end of game. Cool. Good game. Rematch? No thanks. Thanks for the game. Just left the chat. Okay, that's fine. Alright, that was really, really great. That was fun. I'm quite pleased with that game. So we had a Sicilian defense with knight c6. I think I played this right. d4 I think is probably the correct move. Takes. If knight takes, my queen comes out, and he can't really kick it. So definitely, yeah. I think g6 here is fine. Knight c3. Here I've got to protect the knight with bishop e3. I really thought d5 was coming here, but so that's why I played bishop b5, because if now d5, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, and I'm up a pawn and I'm attacking his queen, and I thought that would be quite good, but he didn't want that, so he kicked my bishop around. This is almost like a Roy Lopez sort of idea. Knight a5, I really don't like that move. I don't think it's good at all. Just castle means my rook has